Hey guys, and welcome to a review from Switch Reviews, and it is of Fallout 76. Now, I'm a big fan of the Fallout games, and I played Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas with all of the expansion packs for both of those games, and I also played, I missed out Fallout 4, and I played Skyrim to death. So when I heard this was coming out, I bought it. These hints show up on the top right every so often, and you can basically play the game, create a new guy. I've already got one, so we'll go on to new and we'll start a new game. Now this takes ages, like it took forever. I mean, this is at 500 speed, so I've sped it up and it should be much quicker. Okay, so the beginning of it basically explains about Vault 76. We'll skip that because it'll spoil it for you. It basically just goes on about how it's the bee's knees of vaults. So you'll wake up on your bed and we'll go through the character creator and you'll see how a character is actually made. Now the character creator is actually really good. The graphics on this are turned right up so you can see how good the graphics actually are. The customizable options of this is just nuts. I mean, you can change gender, color, which you would expect. I mean, we'll change that to male. There you go, male. And you can move the head around. You can apply scars, acne, all kinds of stuff. It is really good. Yeah, I mean, you can move the head around, you can change the shape of the nose, shape of the hair, you can move the eyebrows up, make the chin really massive, add makeup, I mean, really. Yeah, moles, I mean, you can make yourself look as ugly or as buff as you want, you look at little spots, some kind of rash that you should really see a doctor for. Yeah. I mean, melasma, cysts. I mean, you really can customize it as much as you want. And I mean, I don't know why they would include cysts or sunburn. I mean, a sunburned face. I mean, I've never seen that. Scars. The scars look really good. If that's your thing, if you want scars. Yeah. So once you're done, you can then change your body shape as well. So you can have like a really overweight, or what's the politically correct term, fat bastard I think it is, or you can go with stick figure thin, which is obviously the other end of the spectrum, and then all the way up to buff muscular guy, which everybody on the server I bet has picked that. Even if in real life they weigh like 100 tons, they probably pick muscular. Name we'll just call it Switch. Yeah. Alright, this is your ID card. You can change the frame so you don't have to have an ID card. But I mean, the customizability of this is just ridiculous. Again, I mean, you can zoom in and out, you can turn it, and so on. Now, if you look on the right hand side, you can see Z and C. Now, this is how you scroll left and right, and then you use the mouse, the up and down keys to then go up and down, and then change options. It makes sense, but I don't know why they would not just allow you to turn the camera off so your mouse no longer turns the camera, and then just use the mouse to change these. It's a bit of a ball ache to actually go through all this using the Z and C keys and the up and down keys. But there's loads of different options. I mean, you can have different poses on your photo. I've actually lost the guy. I don't know where he is, but you can have frames too. So you can have like Vault-Tec frames, you can have locational frames, so I mean home, West Virginia, which I assume is where this takes place. And then you got the vault ones as well, the standard vault places. Now, there's actually a game right at the beginning, and it's a terminal game, so you go on there, and I thought I was going to have a go at hacking it, you know, where you used to pick the letters and you have to work out which one it is to get in. But this actually includes a game, and it's really good. It's simple to actually play it, but it's a hard game. When you get a level 6, it gets really difficult. And basically, you fill the pints and you slide it across the bar, and the person goes away. Now, sometimes you'll see here, they'll drink it and then they'll send the glass back, and you've got to be there to pick it up so it doesn't drop on the floor, and then give them another beer to get rid of them. And then once you get rid of all of them, it's next level. He throws it on his head, and next level. So it gets faster and faster. We won't stay on this for too long because I know that's not the game you came to see. But I mean, that was dead easy, that one. So I'll quit that. But the bars basically change shape, so you might have like 1 on the bottom and 3 on the top, and then you'll have like 8 people on 1 bar. You know. Anyway, yeah. So looking around, you can see the graphics on this. It's amazing. It is really amazing. And it wouldn't be Fallout. That's 2 L's. So the Pip-Boy is there. Just open it, access it, put it on. Now you'll probably hear me go on about the graphics on this. The graphics, it's just really good. I mean, I do 3D graphics. I'm not a professional, but I do some really good ones, and you can just tell they've put a lot of time and effort. You can see that the Pip-Boy doesn't actually show up. If you hit V, that changes the view, so you can actually have it all the way it was, or you can change it to the transparent view, so it's easier to see. You haven't got all the clustering of like data items. You can see his fingers there on the right hand side, kind of switching around, you know. You also notice that on the item tab, the weapons, apparel, and the items and the aid all goes on the same one. So we'll leave Vault 76 now. You've basically slept in. That's how it starts, and everyone's gone. Nobody's decided to wake you up. They've just left you. You can see the reflectivity of the 76 on his back. That's a really good use of the normal map and the ambient occlusion. So that's just a 3D design thing. They've really done a good job. You start off, you run through, and you pick up all the stuff. So you'll speak to him, and he'll say, "Oh, stay hydrated," or whatever he says. It's a tutorial basically where you go from step to step. So Radix, purified water, and then you go to the next station, get something else. Next station, get something else. So health and medication. So it'll be what, a stim pack and a Radix or Radaway, yeah. And then the next one, and so on and so on. So this guy's talking about the generator. So you build your own little house and you build a generator for power. But it's funny how you've been in this vault for I think 25 years, and you get really drunk the night before, and then you oversleep. I mean, remember when you were a kid and it was Christmas, and you never used to be able to get to sleep. Christmas Eve, you knew you were getting presents in the morning. And imagine being cooped up for 25 years in a vault, and then you oversleep on the one day when you get out. It wouldn't happen. I mean, that's a bit picky for me, but yeah, I certainly wouldn't have slept. This is the camp, which is basically how you create your own base. We go through that in the middle and the end. Yeah, I mean, there are chapters type things in the description, so you can see where things are, so you can skip to those parts if you want. I think lastly, you have to get a job, basically become a member of the new society. So you get the perk cards. He talks some crap about being all you can be and all this. So leveling up is a bit different from the normal Fallout games. You still have special, so strength, perception, endurance, charisma, and you spend your points in that. So we'll pick endurance because I like the having more speed and being able to carry more stuff. Well, actually, you carry more stuff with strength, but we'll go for speed. And then you pick a new card. You get a card, whenever you level up, you get a card pack. And you can apply those cards. If you look on the bottom left corner, you've got the little E. So that's the card that you've got for endurance. So you can apply that to your endurance slot. Now on the top left you've got level 1 as well, so just double click it and it goes to endurance, because you've spent an extra point in endurance. If you got another card, because whenever you level up you get a new card pack, when you open it, if you get the same card you can level that card up, so it'll be level 2, level 3, you combine 2 level 1s to get a level 2, and I think 2 level 2s to get a level 3, and so on. So we'll open the door, we'll get out. Yeah, I mean look at the graphics on this. I mean, for a multiplayer game as well, that's quite impressive. Go out into the light. This takes forever again, so we'll speed that up to 500 speed. And player interaction, right. This is a big bugbear of mine. Now this guy here, he's giving me a hand, he's going to give me something. I only know because I've actually watched this back. The way you communicate is by using these emotes. So you press G and you can emote. So say he's saying hello or thumbs up or okay, and I'm being sick a bit, basically. But that's really the only way you can communicate with each other. Now you can do voice chat, but I think you actually need to be friends, I think. But I'll give him an emote there, so cheers bud. He gave me a really good rifle actually, and loads of bullets. This is a character that I've just started, and nobody gave me this when I started my other guy, but it's a fairly new game, so I think I'll just stick with this one, because that is an awesome gun. Alright, so off to the Overseer's camp. You basically, to start off with, you've got to follow her around. He basically says go south and find her. That's it really. So yeah, holotape, blah blah blah. Yeah, so down the stairs. There's a dead guy at the bottom. He's got a note. So orders from Maria Chavez. She sounds like a bad person because she's saying scope out the vault, they've got to open the door sometime because then we can get in and nick all their stuff. There's that guy again who gave me that those free things. Yeah, so head down the stairs and I think we fight some little drone things. I can kind of show you a little bit of what the new VATS thing is. In the old games you used to be able to press, I think it was V, and you'd go into VATS where it would essentially pause the game and you could choose a limb to shoot at and it would give you a percentage of how easy it would be to hit it. So you can see there it doesn't pause the game when you go into VATS, because obviously it's an online game, so it would pause the game for every single player. But what it does do is give you a percentage of the chance that you will hit, and you can basically press VATS, face completely away from them, or look fairly away from them, pull the trigger, and if it says 100%, then you're gonna hit. If you say if it says 10%, then you're probably not. So these guys are, I've called them Ash Geezers. I think they're people who were caught up in nuclear blasts and they've just turned straight into ash. You can click on them, or press E for search, and they collapse. Now that's radioactive, and you can search them, but I've never found anything on them ever. We're going to come up to the first bug here, so you can see you got two guys straight ahead, so scorched. They're like ghouls from the first games if you played them, and they're dead. You know, they just drop dead. That's pretty bad. I don't know if I got the experience. I think I got experience for finding the place, but not for killing them. When you're a low level, you really need that XP points, experience. Right, so picking up junk and shiz. There's so much stuff you can pick up in this game. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So you've got torque rod ends, wrenches, buckets, tins, tongs. You know, just an unbelievable amount, and you can essentially craft with them, or you can recycle them or scrap them to get scrap metal. I mean, you know, metal bucket. That's new. That's good. I'll take that. And you've got an armor workbench there. We'll go through workbenches later on. I mean, I haven't got anything that I can use anyway, so you know. I mean, just look at the graphics on that. It is brilliant. I mean, I know I'm playing it on high res and ultra settings, but the graphics really are good. So I'll exit the station and we'll go out. Now, this wound me up about the other games. You'd run through the game and you'd find a vehicle and you think, oh, I'd love to jump in and ride it, or I'd love to, you know, be able to move it. And unfortunately, it's the same on this game. I haven't found anything that you can actually use to ride or sit in or anything, and that looks like it'd be awesome. So Bethesda, why haven't you done that? So the map, you can't lose it like the Blair Witch, so don't worry. So the objectives all come up, but also you'll have players as well. So the players are all the white dots. You can see the vault is above us, and then you've got the homestead that we've just been at. You can also fast travel for free if you haven't got any money. If you have got money, then it can cost caps. But we won't fast travel yet. So you've got the objective there. You can see find overseer's camp. So it's pretty close. You then got players, so Blue Boy 49, Snowfire, who's the one who gave us all that cool stuff. So a good person to remember. Yeah, and then there's just loads of players doing their own thing, you know, just doing quests and things. For PvP, I mean, you can do PvP. I'm not sure how it works exactly. I know you have to be level 5 or higher, but yeah. And overseas is 2 E's, not E. C is in the shop. So you get to the camp and she isn't there. Really unreliable overseer. She's just not here. So you pick up a log from the box and some ammo and things, and then she waffles on about setting up a camp and how when you pick it up, you pick all your stuff up and you can use it to go places and camp overnight, or you know, it's just a tutorial again. Basically, you can put your camp down, that CAMP machine, you can put it down, build your base, but when you pick it up you can transport everything that you put down and then just rebuild it someplace else. Yeah, it's just a way the game kind of shows you what to do basically. Now this first camp thing, it's got like workbenches and stuff. It's got a fire, cooking pot, and all that. So part of this little mini quest thing, there's her camp that she set up. So armor workbench. So we'll make some armor. You can only do light armor. So I've got leather. So make a chest piece. It tells you what it needs on the right hand side. So cloth, leather, steel. We got all that from I think the overseer's box. So you should be able to make that yourself when you get to this point. Arms. Right arm. Right. That's all we can afford at the minute. Depends what kind of stick. So the Pip-Boy has its own apparel tab. You can just click on it just like you did in the original games. You can also put stuff over the top of whatever suit you've got on. So I've got the Vault 76 suit on, and then the armor is on top. That's really cool. Whereas before, on the other Fallout games, you wouldn't do it. You would just change your clothes completely. So if you want to wear a tux underneath that, that's great. So we'll also craft some throwing knives as well. There you go, done. Alright, so we'll speed through this and we'll get to a place where we can set up our camp. So check that out. Right, setting up camp, or CAMP. So go and see Pip-Boy. Press, I think it was X to get your camp up, and then place it wherever it goes green. Now I'm placing it near water because you can build a water pump, which obviously brings, I think, clean water into the house or fort or camp or whatever you want to say. You can rotate it with the left and right mouse. Doesn't really matter, really. And then you can go into there and you can start making things. Now everything has to be placed on a foundation. So I'm going to build, and it's very similar to the character creation tab. So Z and C scrolls left and right on the top tabs, and then the up and down keys go to the different things that you can build. So wooden foundations are the first thing that you can actually build. Green, obviously you can place it, and red you can't. You can also change the height as well. I don't think that changes the amount of wood that it takes. If you look on the right hand side, you can see that it takes 6 wood to make 1, and we have 10, so we can only place 1. You can get wood from all kinds of places. There's trees that have fallen down. There's like log piles which you can find inside properties. There's just loads. I don't really go through the game looking for wood, but you can if you like, and then just stash it all in the my stash once you place that. Yeah, I mean that costs 2, I think. Yeah, 2. So I could build a ramp or a raised floor, but I won't. But you've got all kinds of stuff that you can actually build. So just going through, you've got loads of stairs, doors, you know, crafting stations. That is a power armor frame, so you can apply power armor. Turrets, automatic turrets. If you camp in a place where there's lots of ghouls and monsters, like a really dangerous place, but you're getting a lot of good resources, then those turrets can be really, really good. So you can live in your house, and whenever they come up to the house, you can just leave them, and it'll take care of itself. Loads of walls, defences, generators for power. I mean, the models on this game look fantastic. They really, really do. And you've got power connectors for obviously connecting power. Loads of lights. You know, vegetables and food. Water pumps. You know, resources. Just so many things you can place down. A barbecue, TV, jukebox. You know, a Nuka-Cola, vending machine, stash boxes. You know, you've just got, I mean, a portaloo. I mean, who thought of this stuff? A portaloo. Decontamination shower. I think that gets rid of your rads. If it does, it's definitely worth doing that, because it'll save you on Rad-X and Rad-Away. Well, it'll save you on Rad-Away, not Rad-X. Okay, so we can't really build a camp, so that log that we've just passed actually could have had wood in it. So you can see there's a dog right in front of us. 50% chance, and as it's walking away, the VAT's percentage is going down. So you can see how it takes into consideration distance. It takes into consideration if there's an obstacle behind it. So now he's after me. I think I'll take his head clean off actually. Yeah, there you go. So if you've got kids, if that's too gory for you, then it's probably not really good enough. You might not want to give your kids it. I'm sure there are young people watching this now thinking, don't say that, mum might get rid of it. But no. When I was a kid, I played much worse stuff than this. So the mouse wheel can be used as a quick selection wheel, where you can obviously select things nice and quick. The way that you set it up is that you go to what you want to put on it. So you've got throwing knives, and we've got that rifle. So you hover over it and you press C, and that'll put a little love heart next to it, and a little love heart next to that. You can do that to weapons, aid, food, maybe clothing as well. And then the next time when you scroll your wheel, you can see you've got all those new things. Yeah, you can't throw turds yet. Bethesda, next update, we want that. So this isn't very clear online or anything. It only explains it to you once, and if you miss it, you've missed it, and it's really hard to figure it out. So you select the throwing thing that you want, whether it be grenades or throwing knives, and you hold the left Alt key. So you still have the gun, and you can still fire with it, but then you press the left Alt key, hold it, and then when you're ready to let go of the Alt key, and it throws it. The good thing about throwing knives is we'll do it to this tree. So throw it to the tree. Throwing knives actually stick inside the tree. I mean, this is really cool. And you can pick it back up. How cool is that? That is a really nice touch. Yeah, I mean, when I first started playing this, I couldn't figure out how to throw grenades. Right, so this is a fight between the Scorched ones at this petrol station. So you can see how VATS works. So I'm just hip firing with him. And with him being quite far away, I think I used VATS on him. Yep, so 72. That percentage is pretty high, so he's dead. So I didn't even have to aim, it just did it. 80%. And there's one more there. So I'll reload, jump up the stairs, and that'll put me in a better position to shoot him. Yeah, I'm blind, didn't even see him, but he's there. So take his head off. Awesome. And then one guy there. So when you get VATS like that, where it says 90%, you can literally just keep hitting fire, and he's just dead in like seconds. Because you don't have to aim. Really, really easy. And with a 90% chance, if you fire 10 rounds, you know, there's a 10% chance that one of them will miss. So, you know, fuel tank might be worth something. So one thing that bugged me as well is that this game was actually quite expensive. I mean, I think I paid £49 for it, which is a lot of money today. I mean, a lot of games they don't cost anywhere near that now. Prices have come right down. Is it worth it? Perhaps, because it's not a subscription-based game. So once you've bought it, it's yours. Here's another one. Just ghouls. The other downside as well is it's not available on Steam. Now that's really weird because the rest of the games are. I mean, Skyrim is. The other Fallout games are. I can't imagine why they wouldn't, because you can buy coins. I mean, they have like an in-game purchase thing on here. But you can do that through Steam. So I don't know whether they're trying to reclaim back their own games to be on their own platform, so they don't have to pay a commission to Steam. Who knows? Yeah, well, whatever anyway. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, I've got Steam, I've got the Bethesda one now. I've also got the Intel one, which is Epic Games, I think, for Call of Duty. And I've got GOG as well, GOG, for all of my old games. So it just gets a bit, you know. So, final thoughts. Is it a good game? Yes, I think it is. I imagine it might get a bit boring later on, but the graphics are superb, absolutely superb. I would give it 9 out of 10 for that, just because it's not photo realistic, but it's damn close. Playability, I can see this getting boring a little bit later on. Once you do the quests, you might just get sick of it. If there's no expansion packs or anything, then yeah, I think you might get a bit bored. So I'd probably give that a 7 out of 10. For kids, would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. If I had kids, I would let them play this. Obviously, it depends how liberal you are. If you don't want your kids exposed to firearms or any kind of monsters, ghouls, or gore, then obviously it'd be no. But I reckon most parents wouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Value for money, I'd say 6, because it's expensive. I mean, okay, you're not paying for a monthly fee, but it's still expensive. Yeah, so overall, just to pluck a percentage out of the air, I mean, I'd say I'd give it a 79%. I think that's fair. It's a good game. The graphics are really good, but I can see it getting a little bit drawn out. You know, if they don't release expansion packs to keep it going, it'll get a bit long in the tooth, really. But other than that, it's a nice game. If you want to buy it, click on the link in the description. I paid for this game. I'm not working on commission or anything, so if you guys want it, buy it from wherever you want. But there is a link to the official place where you can actually get it. If you want me to review anything else, then by all means, DayZ is next, because that's just been released. And I'll publish that soon. So give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe if you like this and you want to see more of the games that are released, because I'll be doing quite a few of them. And thanks for watching. Bye.